Welcome to the call. This is Geek-Out-Fridays. It is December 16th. We are going to go in and do AI Smackdown round 2. We have a new contender in the mix. Last Geek Out Friday, we did a challenge. And what I wanted to show was there's a lot of different AI writers out there. And we just wanted to compare which one would do a pretty decent job writing a 500-word or more blog article from a keyword group. And I think last week we kind of determined maybe GoCharlie was good at just this one keyword, one blog issue. Article Forge, I would say in second or third place, but Jasper was pretty strong, but you still needed to manipulate that. And they don't have a good one keyword, one click blog writer yet. You still have to do a little bit of work. And Frase is very good, but you've got to seed it with the right SEO terms before it can write a really decent article. And I use templates with it. It's not a fair fight if one of them has a specific method to do one click blogging. So what I wanted to do this time is let's just type in a keyword phrase or a prompt, and let's see what we can get with good phrases, good paragraphs. And this is really what I'm going to call the command prompt line challenge. Is we want to put in a prompt and we want to get some good results back, like copywriter style or journalist style writing back. So let's go ahead and get started on the show today. So we have a new contender and we have a new challenge. And it is the 800-pound gorilla in the room here. The second challenge is command line prompts. We're going to prompt it with an instruction to the AI machine to do something, to answer a question, to give us some ideas, to do a review. We want to give back a few paragraphs. Now, what do you do with this? Well, I would propose that this is the start of a blog post, or it's giving you some ideas about how to write a blog. What we're wanting is really kind of research information. We're asking an expert, and we want the expert to tell us enough information that we can determine, do we need a blog post, or is it a social post, or do we need to use this as helpful content? What are we going to do with the content? But we want it to come from an expert. So that's the challenge, okay? We want to immediately get the results in front of us, whether it's writing in front of us or it delivers. It needs to be immediate, okay? And it needs to read like it was written by a copywriter or by yourself. More conversational, more of a dialogue, more of maybe a first person or second person feedback on it. And we don't want it to sound like an AI. That's the challenge. And now let's look at the contenders. But before I get there, I'm going to give you a free prompt tool. And this is written by Peter Hatherley. And if you're familiar with Frase and you bought templates, he has some of the best long form templates out there. You can do some great blog posts. You can do helpful content, but he's come up with a prompt author. Now, what this does is it turns your topic ideas into AI instructions that the chat or the AI writer should be able to interpret to give you that expert feedback, okay? So we're going to do a couple suggested topics, and will AI replace copywriters? So I'm going to feed this into this machine here, and then we're going to get a prompt that we can feed into the AI machine. Yep. So Wayne's dropped the link in there for everybody. And this is a neat little tool. So whenever you're asking the AI writer to do something, sometimes you do have that writer's block. So this just kind of helps you get over it, and you can go in different directions based on the creativity setting that you put in there. Okay. So let's meet the challengers. That 800-pound gorilla just started last, 3 weeks or 4 weeks ago, Chat GPT. It's from OpenAI, and I'll give you the link at the end of the show. So we're going to pin them against Frase, GoCharlie, and Jasper. We're going to see who wins. what are the best results, and I will put them in a doc form, and I'll post them into the Facebook group so you can kind of see which one you like best. You can make comments on it, but I think we're going to have it narrowed down to two contenders here. Okay, so let's talk about Chat GPT, and I'm going to show you, how it's set up and everything. Very easy. You only can give it a prompt, so that's where the direct prompt line comes in. It remembers what users said in earlier conversations, so it's going to kind of read along with what you've been prompting. So you can have a dialogue back and forth, getting better answers every time you ask, as long as you're in that same session. Okay. Content quality has improved significantly over the last year. In fact, they've opened it up to the public now. Now I say open it up. They've made it. You can get in line to get it. It is free at this point, and they don't have an API. They don't have anything set up with it, so you can't automate it. But you can get some great response from it. You only need a keyword topic to create a complete response. And like I said, it works from prompts. Nothing else is needed. Now, here's the cons. Very limited access as of today. So if you sign up today, you may not get the prompt, or you may not get Chat GPT until probably end of the month or in January. I'm actually using Wayne's account because I still don't have my access to my account. Okay. It does generate incorrect information. There's not a may in there. Occasionally, you're going to get one or two of your prompts that just kind of go out in left field. They claim it's limited knowledge of world events after 2021. So you can't ask for what vaccine booster should you be taking today for the COVID. So it's not going to be able to give you the correct answer. Okay. So that's the first challenger. Next challenger, we visited with them last week. It's Frase. We're going to use the docs, and we're going to use some AI templates to use the prompt with. Now, it does high quality articles when using templates, and it uses a proprietary AI engine. They're using information from SERPs, spinning the SERPs, and they're not specifically using GPT-3 at this time. So you're going to get a little bit different answer, but they've set it up so you're getting unique content. They even have a plagiarism checker in the doc writer. Okay. We use this to create helpful content and listicles, and you only need a keyword to really get the SEO research started. This is the extra step, is you got to get the SEO started before you create your docs and your AI. Okay. And you've got to also have the add-on. It's $35 a month. Because we use it with helpful content, listicles, writing blog posts, long form content, it is worth it. Occasionally, I've seen it done twice. They have a 50% off sale, and it's $17 a month. But you do need that add-on if you're using Frase. Okay. It does not have a direct AI command line, so we're going to have to kind of massage it. However, they're teasing us. Something is coming very soon, which I expect this is what it's going to be, a direct prompt into their system to tell it to write paragraphs or write a blog post. So we're going to keep an eye on it. Okay, we're going to look at GoCharlie. GoCharlie did a good job for us last week, and I think they were the winner on the 500-word blog with a single keyword. They are the new dog on the block, and they've got some, the one-click blogging. I really like that. There's other tools that have one-click blogging, but they do subheadings. They can even do AI art to go with it. Article Forge, they'll put an image, subheadings, and a video with it. And we have actually found, using the API with Article Forge, with a heading, with a main topic and subtopics, we get pretty good results. In fact, I would venture they're even better than GoCharlie. Okay. For AI beginners, this is a pretty good value. Okay. No direct AI command line. I'm going to show you how I'm going to use it. Primarily, I go through blog and blog ideas. Okay. no API, and they're using probably an early version of GPT-3, which is cheaper than what some of the other guys are using right now. So the quality is not, it still reminds me of an AI tool. Now we're going to say this, and a couple of years from now, we can look back at this webinar and go, why were we even concerned about what AI writes? Because all the content out there is written by AIs, and they're taken through a journalistic review, a journalistic editing process. So AI is going to be the backbone as a writing assistant, if not the final version. Okay. So very good for beginners. Okay. Jasper, this is the big boy on the block. Our challenge is, will the sumo wrestler knock off the robot today? So this has some of the most equity funded. In fact, they just picked up, I think, another $2 million in seed capital. They're constantly improving the writing tools. They're now using 3.5, which is way better content. And they have a big announcement coming out. I think the big announcement is something to do with the direct prompting and the chat mode. So they're going to be incorporating part of chat GPT into their system. So there's going to be a dialogue that you can ask it a question, they'll respond, ask it a question and respond. And what that does is it builds so much better quality writing from a dialogue back and forth. Okay. No API for automation. We're on the top of their list when they get it. So just kind of stay tuned. It is one of the most expensive options. I'm not going to tell you that, just run out and get it. Is think through this. Do you really need it with all these other AI writing tools? We do, because we write sales copy. We write emails. I use Jasper probably 2 to 3 times a day, just improving the content. In fact, I did some reviews on some Medium articles that I was reading today, and I wanted a really nice review. So I let John Benson, Dan Kennedy help me a little bit too, write a really nice review. And I use that to drop in backlinks from Medium over to our articles. So with a nice review, they will almost always accept your comments and your testimonials. So keep that in mind. Is use, if you're going to write a review, write a nice review. I mean, there's no sense in just writing, hey, this is a good software. Write something about the software, how you use it. So side note there. It does take a little bit more time than other tools. And I'm going to show you how I use it. I've been using it for 2 years. It's changed a lot, but it's only gotten better. Now, those are the 4 competitors. Any questions at this point before we go and do the prompt time challenge?
Not at the moment. Everyone's waiting with bated breath.
Okay. If you remember, we're going to do something about AI writing assistants, the best RV trailer for the family, and solar panels. So let's start with AI replace copywriters. Walt says, I cannot unsee the sumo wrestler. I have a very special sumo wrestler picture at the end of this that you're going to go, I can't believe Damon showed it to me. Okay. So will writers replace copywriters? Let's just go ahead and challenge it. Professional copywriters. Okay. This is the creativity index. So I'm going to start off medium right here. I'm going to hit submit. Okay. Explain the importance of having a strong voice in your writing. Explain the advantages of having AI writers instead of professional copywriters. This is a good one to start with. Eventually replace. Okay. So I'm going to ask around these questions here.
The one, I think. Maybe that, or that one.
Okay. This copy button doesn't work yet. So just copy that, and I'm going to come up to chat. Now, when you do have access, this is what it's going to look like. Very easy, very simple. Explain the advantage of having AI instead of professional copywriters. Okay. I'm going to let it think a little bit. And you can tell it's still thinking looking at the little 3 dots down here at the bottom. This looks pretty good, guys.
It amazes me every time, this tool.
And it puts a summary on there. We're writing this now. If you don't like that, you can hit try again. But let's keep the conversation running. Okay, you've given us why, but let's ask it this. I'm going to come over here, still thinking what it's going to write.
So it says in the near future.
That is scary, isn't it?
Yeah.
Near future could be a couple months, could be a couple years. Okay. Guys, I'm not even going to hit try again. This right here is my blog. The question, will artificial intelligence writers soon replace? So I may put these 3 paragraphs first, and then I'll put this next. And maybe I'll ask, explain the advantage. I'm going to do both sides of the question. Explain the advantage of using Fresh Copywriter. And we're going to let it think a little bit about it.
Oh, you've stumped it. Oh, no, there we go.
Item number 2 is probably the best as far as writing to your customer. You know, you want to give a customer profile, a minion per se, to a writer, and they'll write to the language of that profile. Yeah, John said he's written a 3,200 word, well-written article in about 15 minutes. Most of the time was thinking of the commands to input. It's all about good prompts. So that's an excellent statement there, because that's why I'm using this. I want to start out with a topical 30,000 foot question and let it kind of help me figure out what I need to ask next. Okay. Now, I'm going to take this question and let's get more creative. So I'm going to back up here and I'm going to put the creativity. Now, this is kind of thinking outside the box here. Let's see if we get anything different. Okay. How do you feel about the rise of art?
That's good. That's a good one.
Great question right there. So let's go back over to chat. And now we've written all this. So we've gotten the advantages of AI. You know, will it replace it? And the advantages of copywriter. So now let's talk about our feelings. That's what the wives would ask you. I want the facts. The wife wants the feelings part.
The thing to note here is while you keep the same chat going, it knows the feel of what you're trying to talk about, and it remembers what it's already told you, which is really cool.
And I would not have even thought of this question. It would have taken me forever to think of this question. Maybe this is a guy AI writer. Let's try again here.
In the first 5 days of release, there was 1 million users using it.
Guys, I don't know how many words, but I don't know if I even want to change any. I can't write better than this. I love writing, but this is the start of a book right here.
And
so I could almost stop here because I know who the winner is going to be. I want to give you a fair test, okay? So I'm going to log into my Frase. I'm going to start a new document, target query. Let's do AI writers versus professional copywriters. Now, I can get some really good, helpful content with this and maybe some additional questions. United States, English, and I'm just going to send it to RSS master folder. Now, I'm going to go ahead and do this, and I'm going to build the SEO first. Now, this is working. We'll go ahead and jump over to GoCharlie. I'm going to come over here to blogs, and I'm going to do blog ideas. And we'll just do AI writer. You have to start with the brand name here. Describe your blog ideas. And I'm going to go back to the prompt author.
Go back to the chat GPT and use the first one that we typed in.
That's a great idea. So explain the advantages.
Is that the top?
Yeah, I'm at the top.
Yeah, yeah.
So I'm going to take that, come over here to GoCharlie and hit fetch. Now they're done, but it's very thin. So it needs a prompt line command. So let's go into the playpen here. And I'm just going to hit write from here. Okay, and just keep hitting right. They've given us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you got some work here. I mean, it's giving us some of that. I'm going to come down here and just to be fair, I'm going here and copy that and go to GoCharlie and type that in. I'm going to hit right. So it's kind of giving me some ideas. You know, you're going to have to kind of clean it up a little bit. So there's 1, there's 2, there's 3.
That's interesting. You put a bracket then and it was using dots before.
Yeah. Now I'm going to take that last question. Let's take the feeling question in there. So I'm going to copy that. Come over here to GoCharlie and explain the feelings behind it. Okay, they say some advantages and some disadvantages. Okay. You know, you could change the tone and play around with it. It's okay. I'm not going to use that. I'm going to use chat. Okay. AI writer. Now, I have content. I have SERPs in here. So let's go over to the AI write part, and I'm going to do a long form. Now, these are registered, paid through Peter Hatherley's templates, the authored intelligence. So if you want more information on these templates, just authoredintelligence.com and you'll see the templates in there. But you have to have Frase and you have to have the SEO add-on. Okay. I'm going to do this one. So semantic author. So input the paragraph, focus, and I'm going to pull that very first sentence. And the advantage when you're using Frase, you can try these different templates. And let's keep it at that. I'm just going to hit run. Okay. While we should use artificial AI writers instead of professional copywriters. Content, no plagiarism. I'd have to argue about that one. So let's just hit right and see if we can get some more. They're cost effective. That's true. Flexible pricing. Okay. Just hit write more. Now they're starting to deviate in here. We don't need customer support. So I'm just going to delete that. And then I'm going to write, let's come over here. And I'm going to copy this sentence. And I'm going to use this agency, professional. Let's do a conceptual author this time. Start there and run template. We're going to let it think through. Okay. Now this kind of sounds good. It is conversational, or will they simply write better than us humans? I don't know if I'd write as we go deeper. Okay, this actually sounds pretty good. This is interesting. Now, this is something that you would have to kind of tune up with, but you could come in and redo this document. I'm just going to go ahead and save it. I'll put this in the Google Docs. If you've got Grammarly Pro, just drop it into their document writer, and it's just perfect. It will fix the grammar and the writing and everything all in one place. Between Grammarly Pro and Google Docs, that's what I use. You can use Microsoft Word if you want. Grammarly works with both of them. Very interesting content. So we've looked at Frase. We've looked at GoCharlie. We haven't looked at Jasper yet. They have added a new command line prompt. I'm going to clear the inputs. And I'm going to take the prompt up. Let's just come back. We're going to use the same prompt. So let's come up here, put that in there. And then I'm going to come back over here to Jasper, put that in there. Okay. Now, this is where some people go, well, you're going to have to write a little bit more. Do you have any background information for Jasper? Well, actually, I do. I saved it in a little notepad. And this helps you tune up that prompt. This is the difference between that and ChatGPT. English to English, and let's do maybe 4. So I'm going to hit generate. So this is one. Offer many advantages over professional. Now, this is more factual based, not factual. This is more third person written. They're given advantages of AI writing when it comes to cost savings. Okay. There seems to be numerous advantages associated with using AI writing assistant instead of a professional copywriter. Okay, that's not bad. They have significant advantages over professional Of course, Jasper is AI. They're going to favor themselves. So this is really nice. Now, if you want to take it to a Google Doc, you just hit copy. Okay. Let's go to chat over here. So any one of those would be okay to start with. Let's go to the feelings. This is the one that gives AI a hard time because they don't understand feelings. I'm going to hit that. Now let's generate. So there's some good output on this first round. Now this is back in first person. I kind of like this. Guys, this is a really good paragraph right here. I started out the conversation today on Zoom talking about 3.5 and chat and the recent advances. It must have been listening to me. I don't know what it is. Maybe my Amazon device here is listening. Guys, this is good. This is really good. Y'all tell me, which one do you think is better? And maybe you have to see them in a Google Doc to let me know. This is good. Compared to chat, I would say they're about the same. Okay. First person is hard to detect if it's AI written. Wow. Okay. Excitement and concern about the rise. How do you feel? This prompt right here will give you a different response than the typical, give me the facts. All I want is the facts. Keep that in mind. That's a good prompt command to use with AI. It forces them to write more. You probably still want to look through this and rewrite it. But in my opinion, just looking through what we just got right here, I could make a really good blog post from this or from the chat. I think I could from Frase, but I may have to tweak it a little bit. I may have to run this a few times in here, which you can. You just get down here and hit load more. And they have a bunch of different templates to use that will write content like this. And it's kind of repeating the same stuff that it has. The question is, do you want to talk to a computer with chat? I mean, if you get access to it, use it. We have to take turn at who's logged into it because there's some great answers. But it all starts really with, how do you talk to a computer? We're just not used to it. So come back over here and you can hit this as many times as you want. And it's kind of giving me the same thing. So now I'm going to back up and you can play around with this, play around with this. Let's say, will AI writing assistant tools replace professional copywriters? You can kind of see sometimes these are out in left field. Play around with this prompt tool to maybe make it less creative and feed them through chat. This right here, this prompt commands, you're actually talking to Jasper, which is GPT 3.5 and some data science in there. This is a great little command to use right here if you're not inside of the document mode, okay? And then you can always use any of these other templates and then feed that into the command here. The advantage of this versus chat is this background information right here, okay? I'm going to do one more test. Y'all want me to go ahead and do another test with RVs? I think that was the next one. Actually, I'm going to do solar panels. I know we had that in our test. So let's take a look at the prompts for solar panels. Are solar panels worth it? That's the suggested topic I'm going to take into prompt author.
Incidentally, Walt said he just signed up for OpenAI and it looks like he's got it.
Oh, good, good.
Yeah, so perhaps they've let a few more people in.
I'm going to go over here to chat and I'm going to start a new chat. Let's start it with the prompt author. Solar panels. Show me the numbers. That doesn't help me. Explain the pros and cons of going solar. Okay, that's a good one to start with. This is going to warm up. Explain the benefits of solar energy, how it can help you save money. Okay. Solar power worth it? How much do solar panels cost? Which one do you think? 2 or 3?
Okay, they're both pretty good.
Yeah, we'll talk about the pros and cons, and then we'll come back.
Yeah.
So we're going to go to chat. While that's thinking, oh no, here it comes.
That's really, especially the one where it's if you live in an area with long cloudy winters.
Guys, I think we've determined that maybe Frase will work, but you're going to have to tune it up. Having a single prompt line is not going to be effective for Charlie at this point. But maybe you can take this and build one-click blog out of it. So let's take a look at that. Blogs, one-click blog. Blog title. And I'll just put smart. And let's let Dan Kennedy help us. Informative. Homeowner. SEO keywords. Solar panels. Okay. And then I'm just going to hit write. Let's do maybe 3. And we're going to do 4 H2s. So this is new on GoCharlie. I'm going to do 4 H2s. I'll do 3 H3s under those. Okay. So we're giving GoCharlie as fair a chance as we can right now. This is the thing that they're good at. So they're going to write a blog, and it will take more than a few minutes to do. I've taken Frase out where we can use that later. But now let's go back to, we're on the command prompt line. So I'm going to type that question in, explain the pros and cons of going solar. Now I have a little background information. I'm going to put it in here. They're more affordable. There are many government assisted financing and grants for homeowners. What's the best way to determine what? So just some background information. Let's use Grammarly to kind of fancy it up there. Now I'm going to hit generate. Okay, this actually sounds pretty good. So the primary benefits, another key benefit when deciding. Okay, they're talking more about investments. Now that's coming in from this background information. Okay, choosing budget, size, so how much sunlight your roof receives per day. Guys, this is good. I'm very impressed right there. Okay, that's a nice little article right there. And if I come back over here to GoCharlie, let's see where explain the pros and cons of going solar. Okay, what are solar panels? Okay, here's some benefits of solar panel ownership. Help the environment, increase home value. Okay, that looks pros and cons of going solar. Okay, this is a fair test. I don't, just briefly reading through this, how do they work, the pros of solar. Okay. This is a long form. This is a blog at 1,700 words. I think tuning it up, you could do something with. I think Jasper gave us a really good background there. And chat. So several pros, explain the pros and cons. So let's come over here to prompt author and let's go really creative. I don't know if we could ask them about their feelings. Do you have enough money to invest in solar panels? Let's see. This is one of the limitations, is they do start repeating themselves sometimes. This is great. I'm going to just kind of ask it a different type of question, thinking outside the box. Come down here. Now, to keep it fair, I'm going to come over here to Frase, and I'm going to do the same thing. Now, I don't think a home is going to do hydroelectric. Okay, so let's see where chat is. They're kind of repeating themselves a little bit. This is pretty dang good. For being free, it's really good. Now, I want to show you one last thing, and we're going to not even use GoCharlie on this last comparison. I'm going to go back to my questions here. Best RV for weekend trips. Okay, so we've asked it, are solar panels worth it? This is a cost justification, pros and cons. Will AI replace copywriters? We asked it a question about feelings, which really kind of got it to talk about contrast things, okay? Now, I want a product recommendation or an article that I can put in my own product. An affiliate marketing relationship with an RV dealer where you're sending them leads can really produce some good lead gen income. If you're doing a blog about RVs, this is a good one. Best RV for weekend trips. I'm going to come over here to chat, and I'm going to start a new chat. RV for and trips. I want to preface it, best RV trailer for weekend trips if I have a half-ton pickup truck. So I'm giving it some very specific requirements, and I'm going to hit enter. Copy that. Let's go over to Jasper, and I'm going to type that in there. Okay. I'm going to take this here. I have some background information, and I'm going to hit generate. So let's see if chat is writing. This is generic information, but this is good. I like what weight ranges, and I'm sure we got people on the call that could tell us if those numbers are correct. But also a lightweight trailer, a pop-up or a small travel trailer under 5,000 pounds. And I know that a half-ton pickup could do that. So let's go back over to prompt author. And let's see if maybe we can get a different type of question in here. We're going to get creative. I'm just going to leave it like that. I'm going to just try to get some suggestions. I'm in very creative mode. Okay. This right here would kind of direct your AI to talk about the best RV. Okay. That went off the reservation right there. Show me the best. Okay. So this would be like a listicle that you could use. I didn't get anything better than what we were using. So let's see. We got some great answers here on Frase for weekend trips. Okay. 25 to 5,000 pounds gross weight. For trailers around 8 feet wide. Okay. Very specific information right here. This is pretty decent. Talking about bunk beds for the kids and what you actually need in there. Okay. Yesterday, when I was doing this, it was actually making recommendations of which one. Let's ask, which is the best RV trailer model for weekend trips if I have a half-ton pickup? I'm going to hit generate. Scott asked, would you replace the RV dealer name and the additional information? Absolutely. I'm going to give the AI every advantage they can. So I'm going to take this same question here, and we're going to go back to chat, and we're going to type that in. So I'm asking, which is the best model? I want to see if it will make a recommendation for me. If it does, really what you want to do is put your own recommendation in its model price. Y'all are watching history being made right here. I hope you appreciate you're at the right time, at the right place, and it's not Wayne and I doing all this magic. There is a revolution coming in content writing, and you're seeing it being built right here in front of you. That's why I've spent the last 2 Geek Outs on AI writing. Also, the advantage is we have the API to pull in any of this information. All we need is chat or Jasper or Frase to have an API to accept it. Article Forge is the only one that can do command line APIs right now. Even as this progresses, eventually it's going to have an API. And when it does, we'll be one of the first ones to be able to utilize this with your integrations. Guys, this is great. And if you want, just hit try again, and it will write something else for you. So to be fair, let's go back over here, which is the best RV trailer. Let's look to see if they made. Okay. The Jayco J-Flight. I don't know if anybody is in RVs. This is a very lightweight model, and it's very affordable too for camping. And I don't know if that's the exact gross vehicle weight. 2 full bathrooms. It's pretty nice in terms of interior amenities. This is what what the visitor is looking for. So I could take this article right here and use this as the heading, or tune up the heading right here. And what I would do is assume this is your article. Take this right here. I'm still in Jasper. I'm going to go over to a new template, and I'm going to do, just type in title. Perfect headline. and Jayco trailers, RV campers, tone of voice. Jay Abraham. I like John Benson today. Let's go with John Benson. Instructional, motivational, and we're going to hit generate. So what we're looking for is the headline. The perfect weekend getaway, Jayco trailers, camping with the Jayco trailer. Which model is best for you? So you could take any of these headlines, combine it with any of the paragraphs we just created inside of here, or hop over here to chat and start swapping in, copy this and swap it in. The writing, you got 95% or more done for you right here. I am so impressed with what's going on here. So I don't know give me in chat, who do you think, or which software do you think, take price out of the equation, which software did a better job today, Jasper or chat? And I'm so impressed with, especially the headlines. You talk about not having to think a lot. I don't have to think a lot now.
Sorry. You said, if anyone knows Walt, he's got a sense of humor. Which one's the best, chat or Jasper? He put whatever way in his building.
Guys, it's kind of scary. If chat had a API mode, or when it does become available, Wayne asked me the other day, he said, do we need equity capital? I said, no, we're bootstrapping this. If chat had an API that opens up, we may go out and get seed capital for RSS Masher. We're the only one right now that's automating AI straight into a blog post. So why not be at the top of the level? So guys, y'all may be investors in the long term of this, but automating AI is the holy grail of everything. And, I've been talking about this for a year and a half now. We have a process in place. We have Article Forge, and it's good. I'm not going to take anything away from Article Forge. Guys, this right here, it's 10 times better. So we've gone over 3 topics. I'm going to hop back over here, put the robot versus the sumo. Who wins? This sumo is sitting on somebody. I hope there's not an accident there. Anyway, here's the links. Very good deal. Okay, we're right at the top of the hour. However, wait, I got just one more thing. Do y'all have time to see just one more thing? Give me a yes if you want me to continue. Okay.
No more, as long as there's no more sumos.
There is no more sumos on this. No more app sumos either. Okay. Here we go. Canva Docs. Canva Docs has an AI writer built into it. And it's not Jasper, but it's where things are going in the very near future with writing tools. Canva Docs has it, Notion has it, and I've read somewhere that Microsoft Word will have AI writing built into it by 2023. This is where the future is going, is we're working with AI to get better responses. So we're not staring at a blank screen.
Microsoft, as a side note, Microsoft's one of the big investors into OpenAI.
And the reason is they're going to incorporate it.
Yeah. And if they end up incorporating it into their Bing search, it's going to put the brass under Google's, basically it's going to burn their flame out if they can manage to get a search working with AI.
OpenAI is also funded by Elon Musk.
That's right. Yeah.
So guys, the future is, you're staring right at the future here. Let's hop over. I'm going to show you Canva real quick. Not everybody can get this yet on Canva. It's first come, first serve. Okay. I'm in Doc. In fact, let's just start with the home here. You come up, create a design, and Doc. I think the pro users are getting it first. I got this 2 days ago. And I showed Wayne, he goes, you got to show everybody. Okay. We're in Canva Doc. This is just one of their test deals here. So I created a doc, and Now they've got a magic write, a design. So you can do more than just write. You can do a table, a checklist, number list, pie charts, bar charts. But Canva can take this doc and make a slideshow, make it a slide deck with animations going in. All we're talking about today is we're talking about best RV trailer for weekend trips. Let's go over to Canva and see what we have to say about that. So I'm going to do Magic Write. Okay. Jayco Hummingbird. Okay. Jayco's good. Forest River RPod. Pretty decent. I mean, this is a good start for us, but let's just take a look at Magic Write. Try an example. Brainstorm ideas for, let's put in here for best RV trailers that lightweight and explain the benefits of each. And the reason I'm showing you this is going to get better. There is a lot of money tied up into Canva and Notion in private equity funding over the last 6 months even. The Wall Street money is seeing that AI writing is going to be part of our writing process. What part it is, nobody really knows what the final version is going to be. But what I like, we are in a great shape. You are in a great shape. Whatever comes up next, we're going to automate as soon as we can. And you can write some really great articles. I mean, without me doing any research whatsoever, this has given us 4 different ones, 4 different RV trailers. So it's doing all the research for me. All I have to do is look through these and then start writing. Okay. So imagine this coming to Microsoft Word or even Google Docs in the very near future, but Canva is the first one out of the block with it. And if you write with Notion, Notion also has, I don't think it's quite as good as this, but this is amazing. In fact, if I put in here, let's take this and let's compare it to what chat does. Since we're all being geeky today, we'll just type that right in there. We're still following along the RV chat session. So I'm like talking to an expert friend about RVs. So this is going in a different angle. It's talking about the types of trailers instead of the specific ones. And teardrops, they've been around, but they've gotten really popular lately because you can pull them with a car. I mean, if you're writing a full article about RVs and what's the best trailer and everything, I'm kind of impressed. Between this and what I just showed you with Canva, and while that's working there, let's go over here. Still got that in here. So let's put that in there. I'll take this down to maybe 2 just to make it quicker. Let's see what Frase has to say about it. I mean, Jasper. Okay, this is amazing. Now it's going to recommend in terms of interior amenities. So chat gave us what type of trailers for lightweight hauling and reasons behind them. That's great. And we're over here on Canva. Canva gave us some specific recommendations. Another great option, Keystone Hideout. Okay, that's 3,000 pounds. That's pretty good right there. Finally, another great option, Forest River Wildwood. So let's go over to Canva. They said a Hummingbird, Forest River, Flagstaff, and a Winnebago. So there's some options in here without doing any research at all. This is amazing. If you can't write an article from this, I don't know how we can help you. If this is just great information, even if you don't want to write it yourself, hand it over to a copywriter and say, make this a little bit better. Or in my case, I would find the best one, paste it in a blog post and hit publish. Maybe add some pictures to it. I would rather be good rather than perfect if good is making a lot of content that is good quality content. I don't have to wait around to be perfect. And between this tool, and what we've seen on Canva isn't even 2 weeks old with this doc. Chat is less than 2 weeks out. Between these tools, they are prompt line commands. And that's what I wanted to start the whole challenge with is we need prompts to get everything started. Here's a free tool to get it. And you might have to just hit this more a few times to get different responses in here. And here's another one. Play with it. That's all I've been doing is just playing with it. Wayne and I have been playing with the Chat GPT, and I've been challenging him with, I'm going to go over to Jasper. I think I can do better. I think this is a little bit better than what we have on chat, but either one of the tools were great. Guys, any questions? I've kind of talked out is we've been really geeky about AI tools. And I like GoCharlie, but GoCharlie just can't keep up if you want to do professional copywriting style of content. If you want fast blogs, you got GoCharlie. And if you want even faster, you got Article Forge. And Article Forge to us, we've built an entire network of sites using Article Forge. Probably we won't have any more AI comparisons in the immediate future unless something just really jumps out there. I want everybody to choose your tool, play with it, learn the best way of using it. I have gone through all these templates. I've gone through Frase's templates, and there's certain things that I use Frase for, and there's certain things I use Jasper for, and there's going to be a lot of things I use the Chat GPT for. And now I've got one more tool I even have to test against. Just by using the magic write, it gave me an idea of how to write to the AI. So even if you don't want prompt author, if you got this, maybe you can use it to write with. And you access it through here, magic write, and try an example. This is how it's talking to the AI. So, you've got a list of top RVs in there. Okay. A 5-point outline of an essay about the history of design. To me, the scary part of all this, students can write essays so much faster than we did a long time ago. Any other questions before we sign off today? I hope we've made your time worth it, and I appreciate everybody being on the call today. Merry Christmas to everyone on the call, and happy holidays. Hope everybody has a good one. The next call is going to be on December 30th, and it's going to be something you probably haven't seen in a long time. So join us then, and everybody have a happy holidays. Bye-bye.
Yeah. Cheers, everyone.